institutes, which is quite a large number from many states. And we are distributed in the 5 southern states of India. And most of the colleges are, of course, from Tamil Nadu, but we also have quite a few from the other states. And the Entrepreneur Speaks was also held in Bangalore and in Hyderabad in the earlier sessions. So now we have come to Tamil Nadu and we are having the session here. And in the session, we have our chief guest is Archana. And a quick, who is the entrepreneur we are going to watch today, her achievements and everything. A quick introduction to Archana Stalin. Now, Archana Stalin is the founder of My Harvest Farms, a social entrepreneur and an engineer turned farmer. She's an engineer like all of us, all the students here. My Harvest Farms is a farm to home platform which enables Indian farmers to grow and sell organic produce, helping to improve their livelihoods. My Harvest enables farmers to follow climate resilient practices and provides access to a community built on fair pricing and environmental stability. They also offer home delivery services so that families can access chemical-free, safe and chemical-free produce. Archana's vision is to make safe food possible for all. So since 2018, through My Harvest Farms, Archana has positively impacted the livelihoods of 300 farmers and enabled 15,000 families to taste real food that's absolutely chemical-free. And besides My Harvest, Archana previously associated with a few schools and enabled children to be eco-sensitive, grow their own food through hands-on nature-based learning. She is in the active startup ecosystem in Chennai and continues to learn, share, and mentor aspiring entrepreneurs. Prior to My Harvest, Archana played a vital leadership role as marketing head at Naturals, India's largest salon chain. Previously, Archana was also a key member at Native Lead Foundation, a platform for Tier 2 and Tier 3 town-based entrepreneurs, and helped launch Native Angels Network. Archana is a proud alumnus of College of Engineering, Guindy, which is in the Anna University campus. So Archana has many titles and accolades to her credit. She's an Acumen Fellow, Goldman Sachs 1000 Women's Graduate, United India Incubati, Will Grow Incubati, SLP Fellow, Jagrati Yatra, and one of the top 100 changemakers at Action for India Forum. So she has also been recognized by many other fora and got many awards. I think her resume is been shared with you. You can go through the details. And just to say that awards are plenty, but what drives her is the most satisfaction is the satisfaction of reviving agriculture and creating promising young farmers making way to uplift rural livelihoods. So she has actually done a lot in the villages. I have gone and visited her farm, and we can see a lot of happy farmers working there and growing lots of nice, good food with good vegetables, which you don't get normally in the supermarkets. They taste much better, they look much better, and they're very fresh. Plus, of course, now she has diversified to other products also. Probably she will tell in her talk. So to conclude, a promising lady driving change in the agri space and creating happier farmers, healthier families, and a sustainable future. So this is about Archana. Mohan, of course, all of us know. He has been in PALS for a long time, almost from the beginning. He has been the chairman and in the governing board of PALS. Before PALS, he had a long distinguished career. He had worked with IT companies like Tata's and Cognizant. And then he became a very successful entrepreneur. And now he is a mentor. He's a head of MEF, a mentoring forum. He was also very instrumental in setting up the PALS mentoring clinics. And he mentors a lot of entrepreneurs. And I would say he's a very seasoned entrepreneur who's the right person to have a question answer session with Archana. And you will have a very interesting session between a very seasoned entrepreneur and an upcoming entrepreneur. And I'm sure this will be very useful to you. And please feel free to take notes. And also, the recording is being made available in case you want to listen to it again, and give a chance for those your friends and colleagues who missed the lecture to hear it and benefit from it. And so with all that, I'll now hand over to Robin to take it to the fireside chat and give you an interesting time. Thank you. Yeah, Robin.
Thank you, Arkeya. Now we'll move to the fireside chat. I request Mr. Mohan Narayanan to take over the session.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Arkeya. And good afternoon, everyone. Great to be here. And an absolute pleasure and honor, Archana, to be with you to do this fireside chat. Actually, we are sitting in an AC room, so there is no fire, but I hope you will create enough fire in the next 45 minutes in the arms and legs of all the students who are here with us today. Okay, so, and all the students and faculty, please do write down your questions. We will open up the chat box. It's already available. And let's make it interactive so that it is interesting and we'll get the best out of Archana. So let's get cracking, Archana. Tell us about My Harvest. What do you do? And why is that name now a home name for all of us? And how do you create that ecosystem? And what is the role farmers and customers play to make the model successful?
Thank you. Thank you, PALS team. Thanks, Arkeya, and thanks, Mohan sir, for hosting me today. So about My Harvest Farms, before that, if any of you are wondering, my name is Stalin. Am I related to the CM? No. From Tamil Nadu. So that's just my partner's name. It's not the CM or the family. But about My Harvest Farms, it was a small dream to grow my own food. So 10 years ago, I quit my corporate life. So me and my husband, we decided to move out of Chennai, start a farm, grow vegetables and fruits for ourselves. And that journey helped us discover that more of us need this nutritious food, because today organic is overrated. People don't know what to trust and all of that. So there was a very, very big disconnect between people and farmers. So we wanted to bridge that. And that's exactly why we started. But the starting was to create a win-win for all. So with one side, we have farmers growing, and what they're growing was excessively with chemicals. So we changed how they grew the food. And when asked why they are doing, they said there's no market for good food. And then we said, if there are people willing to pay a premium, or if they're willing to buy directly from you, will you do it? So we connected consumers who were looking for trusted sources with farmers who are doing organic. And in the process, the environment is getting better. So it's a win-win for all. And if not now, the future is going to be very bleak, because already 30-40 years we have done enough damage to farming lands. So My Harvest is the platform for farmers, for people to live a healthier life.
So how do you onboard a farmer, right? And you need lots of them to make this model work. So what is the process you follow to onboard a set of farmers?
So initially, we were the first farmers doing it. So now we travel across, we meet farmers, we meet people and find out why they started doing what they're doing and understand their process. So right from land preparation to where they get their seeds from, to what they do to nurture the soil. So we have an understanding of what's good, what is the best practices. So we've documented it. We sit across and understand their knowledge, what is that they want to grow. Because if everybody grows lady's finger, then there's going to be too much of it, and a lot of them can't be sold. So we brought in variety. We understood demography plus geography, because carrots tasted better when they were growing in the hills rather than in some other places. So there were a lot of learning in terms of seasons, soil health, and also identifying farmers took a lot of travel and personal conversations. So we went, even now all farmers on board are people we know personally, and there is transparency. You know where the food comes from.
But what does it take to convince someone? See, it's very easy to do in organic farming, right? I do NPK and then everything grows.
Yeah.
Now, when you do organic, your yields are at least 10 times lower, if not more. So it needs a terrible amount of motivation for a farmer to move from inorganic to organic. And I also want to highlight, while you give the answer, agrarian stress is a big issue in India, where farmers are, especially the marginal and the small farmers, they get into a lot of issues financially because of failed crops. So we even hear newspaper reports of farmer suicide and everything. So you are at one end of a spectrum where small and marginal farmers are under extreme stress.
Yeah.
How do you convince them to move to a scale which is very different?
Absolutely, the stress has just got higher and higher, and we were able to feel it when we meet people. So what happened has been in the last so many years after Green Revolution, it was all about yield that we depleted the soil, and also people who were doing it didn't have market access. So when we had these conversations with the farmers, so I would have met about 200 farmers before I even started farming. So every conversation I met with somebody, there was something to learn from. So on farmer suicides, I was the person who read it on the papers and everywhere, and I had my own thesis around it. But most of the farmers said sustainable farming and natural farming, it is actually, the cost is less doing it, but it will take its time. So NPK is easy, but NPK is already plenty in the nature and environment. Like air has 78% nitrogen, if I'm not right. So we have all of these already there, but scientifically some of them are proven, but it takes time. It needs its own, I think the crisis is there because we've all just followed the things without innovating anything on the agricultural land. So today, when I go to a village and ask people, why aren't they doing natural farming? For me, it's not about natural or chemical farming. Anything that sells, anything that gives me money, I'm okay to do. For the farmer, it's as simple as that. Whatever sells, I will grow. So now when I say if you do it right and there are people to take it, they're okay to change. So now creating real customers who really are okay to get that thing and creating the supply chain is what we're doing. So today we have farmers who have moved from monoculture to a multi-cropping. So over time, whatever yield was okay, they were growing. So everybody was just doing paddy because it was easier to do. And paddy gave them money only twice a year. So they were always working, and money came in just 2 times in a year. And there was no money in between. And how will they sustain? Today, my farmers are able to earn for 8 to 10 months in a year. They do 4-5 crops. So we have changed the way farming was done. So we've not innovated much. It's not like going and selling them sensors and devices and all of that. Just bringing back some practices, making sure there is a good yield, making sure there is a fair price, there is a market for their produce. So we have been working on the basics and putting them in place.
Yeah, I know you are making it look very simple, but I know it is a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So tell me about a very difficult farmer that you were successful in convincing.
So these farmers predominantly, like the farmer adjacent to us is called Ramesh. So when we were first doing farming, he would just come over, mock at us whenever we were using this cow dung, we were spraying asafoetida. So all that we were doing, he would just come and laugh at us and saying, why are you doing all this hard work? I just spray and things are gone. So you have so many pests and you're sitting and working with turmeric. I had this green bottle, it'll do the job. So they were just looking at us and saying, you've been too patient, or you have a lot of money and you're spending money on a farm. So they never really understood what we were doing. And after 2-3 years, at one point in time, all his crops failed, and it was almost a COVID time. So we were surviving. Like our farms were all thriving. We were delivering it to our customers, and our farms were all okay. It is that point in time when he moved all his complete 4-acre into a natural farm. So he was watching us. He was all like sitting on cat on the wall kind of situation. He wanted to do organic, but he wasn't sure. But now he said if he doesn't switch, he can't sustain. He never knows when the markets will open. He wasn't sure when he can harvest because all the markets were closed during the COVID situation. All the flower markets, all the vegetable markets, all the markets were closed. So it was like only My Harvest farmers were doing the job in the village. And that is the time when he switched. Today, he's one of our biggest farmers, 100% organic. And most of our vegetables today come from his farm in Tiruvallur, which is like, Ramesh is all his watermelons. Sometimes during the season, he earns 75,000, 80,000. And he's a very happy farmer. So he becomes an advocate for all of us. And I had some people visiting his farm from Wilgrow. And that is the time he said, after joining My Harvest, I sleep better.
Oh, lovely.
I
Okay.
sleep better is like, it is a very deep statement. And then
Mm.
Wilgrow team asked him, what do you mean by sleeping better? Making money, I understand. But sleeping better is like, I used to be alcoholic.
Mhm.
And if without alcohol, I can't sleep. When I was doing chemical farming, I had all of these itching issues and I had to take liquor to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Today, me and my wife are happily farming. My daughter is eating what I grow, and I sleep better without alcohol, and I'm a much better, healthier person. There's no
Oh,
exposure to
lovely,
chemicals. So
lovely.
I think the impact we have done on Ramesh and other farmers, I was able to relate after that.
Oh, that's a fantastic story, actually. So, can you then, on this part of the conversation, can you kind of put your hand in a heart and say that every farmer, if he was making X, I'm just looking at a financial thing, if he was making X earlier, would he be doing something more than X now?
Definitely 2x and more.
2X and wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So the
Okay.
PM's policies and everything is working to get farmers to 2x. They've done it.
That's
We've
a
been
great
doing
story
it.
then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. So we'll come to the customer side in a minute, but I just want to go back in time, right? This was not your first venture. And I was reading one of your podcasts, going through a podcast, and you talk about a company that you had set up in the geospatial space. I think it was called GeoVerge. Is that correct? Okay.
GeoVerge.
Yeah, and you also go on to say that was a practical MBA for you.
Yeah.
And that was a very, very profound statement. Why do you say that it was a practical MBA for you?
So let me clarify, like most of you, I'm a first generation entrepreneur. So for me, no one in my family talked about business. It was all about security and safety. So I was the first graduate doing engineering and all of that. Same story with my partner. So we've never had business conversations at home. And the first company, we were very excited. We started it. And I studied geoinformatics. And we thought it was a great thing to do. But we then understood it was not just technical knowledge. You needed to know marketing. It was all about finance. There were too many things, people management, project management, and everything. So thanks to TiE Chennai, I was a member early on, and I used to travel. I started the company in Virudhunagar. That was another crazy decision. I grew up in Chennai. We started the company in Virudhunagar thinking the world is flat, technology and internet is there, I'll figure it out. But it was also one of the worst times in Tamil Nadu history where power was shut down for 8 to 12 hours in a day. So a lot of mistakes together happened. But I think that was a phase where I think starting the company, and in 30 days, I was pitching in a competition. I was talking to Vishwanath and a few others. It was an entrepreneurial competition. First time I'm reading something called a big plan. Some PPT was shared. I adapted my idea into that and I went and presented. And then I just got the People Choice Award there. The idea was just, today if I look at it, I will laugh at it. So I had no idea of business plan, no idea of BMC. So I would be that curious student attending every TiE meeting in the first year. So very diligent student, and that's how I learned. So I will call it my MBA because I made mistakes. I tried all the things I learned online, in person, whatever. And my biggest lesson, I would say, was networking from that company. Whether I learned GIS, I don't know, but I learned networking because I would shamelessly go hand over my card to everybody I meet.
Yeah.
So, and they would in turn have something to tell me. So I think I was learning from people, and that was my biggest serial entrepreneur, if I can call it now.
Yeah,
but
you
then
are.
I was an ardent
Yeah.
student wanting
Yeah.
to learn business.
Yeah. Why did that business fail?
That business failed for many reasons. Maybe we were also not having all the skills it needed to take it off. But second, we were also early in time because it was all about data. And I had a product of dengue information system. Malaria, dengue was quite prevalent, and we went and talked to the department. None of them was open to give up data to us. So without data, the entire product wouldn't shape well. So we then said, let's put it off. And we did some service projects, which was not satisfying our soul. So we really wanted to build a product, and we called it off. That is after, I was also mentored by Native Lead Foundation during that time. So that's how I ended up at Native Lead.
So were you broke at that time?
We were financially because we didn't have
You were
capital.
going with a begging bowl everywhere? No?
We didn't go with a begging bowl, but literally we were asking everybody for help because both me and Stalin, we were always the ideology of doing full time. We didn't hustle with a job in the daytime and part-time entrepreneurial hustle. We thought both of our skills are complementary. If you are putting your heart, you should do it full time and give it a shot. So both of us put all our savings and everything into that company. We had 2-3 team members. We had to break the hard news saying we are closing down the company, and all of that happened. It was a tough time. We ended up with more than 20 lakhs of losses.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But raising money from friends and family, we had the passion to raise it. It was easier. Ignorance was bliss. Today, it's like twice bitten, bitten
Twice
shy,
shy,
twice
yeah.
shy, that kind of situation. But earlier, I think we had that passion to ask for money. 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs from friends was able to help us get that investment needed. But we ended up with great losses. And today, the last few years, we have worked hard and repaid all those people who trusted on us.
Now, post the GeoVerge collapse, and of course, failure is not a failure, right? Failure, they always say, is part of success.
Actually, I think our efforts only failed. I think
Yeah.
they are people as a person, we never failed.
Yeah, and we have seen that in many entrepreneurs, Archana. Many successful entrepreneur startups, they have a failed activity in front, and they use that failure to pivot into an idea that eventually becomes a unicorn.
True that.
Do you subscribe to that theory?
Yes. So for us, we were catching on to the idea for a long time. We tried all that we could. The only question before shutting down was, did we give it our best? Did we do all that it took to take that off? We gave it all, and then at one point we had to shut down. But pivoting has happened even in my house farms.
Okay.
So when the idea started, it was more like a community shared agricultural model. It was a subscription model. Then COVID hit. We moved from subscription to an ordering system. A lot of changes keep happening. The business model itself pivoted during COVID. So today we are a lot more aware of something, and we never had mentors back then.
Yeah.
I had people around me, but I didn't have mentors to go and ask for solution when I was stuck with a problem. Today, I think we have carefully built that support ecosystem with mentors. So I think there is a difference in the way we are approaching things now.
Okay. You are one generation earlier. Okay. So
Why, sir? Don't know.
Okay, so let me go back to your podcast, right? Or I don't remember whether it was one of your Insta pages, but you talk about getting back to the roots.
Yeah.
And I got a sense that was a driving statement, I would say, to get you to what eventually became My Harvest.
Yes.
And you talk about how you set up a terrace garden at your place and then translating to the farm. Tell us about that story.
Thanks for the question, Mohan. Actually, students, I think all the crazy decisions, every time I wanted to do something, I went ahead and did it. It never had a connection. Like after engineering TCS, then quitting the job, starting, and then working in an NGO, then working in a beauty industry, which I had no connection with, and all the choices finally had a connection now. Now, when I look back, I can connect the dots, right? So I was always rooted. So even in college, me and Stalin, we started an NGO. That was actually my first entrepreneurial attempt. So if I can call it. So we started an NGO wanting to work on a village for 5-6 years, create a change, very inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and J.C. Kumarappa, sustainable villages concept. So we were always that. My father also wanted me to become a doctor and go to my native. So some that rooting, I think my dad also instilled in me. But I didn't have a path. I didn't know exactly what. And with this thought in mind, in 2014, I had a travel across India. So there was something called Jagriti Yatra.
Jagriti, right?
Yeah, I just heard about it from a friend and I read about it. It was interesting traveling. I was married and there was also some money to it and a lot of things are there. But it was traveling to villages and it excited me. So on a train. So I went there. I met people who were very, very different. So people who were, I never met Gandhi, but I met people who were real people impacting thousands of villages. Somebody building toilets, somebody working with rural women on menstrual health and all of that. So when I came back in 2014, I had this question of what is my purpose in life? So I had to understand my interests, what will help me build, because if GeoVerge, if I was very passionate, I would have cracked a new idea and still worked on the same sector. Maybe that idea failed, but I would have come up with another idea as passionate in that space, but maybe not. So after I sat down, I saw minimalistic living, sustainability, something around waste management, all that interest. I sat down and wrote it together. And then at home, we were composting. So all the compost, we had to use it for a terrace garden. So in a terrace garden, we were also doing water management, rainwater. So slowly one thing or the other kept adding up and the idea came into shape. So today what My Harvest is like a 13-14 years search and small attempts that is like one amazing maze that came together. it's a piece like my entire family supported. My in-laws
Sure.
and everybody in the home, they supported terrace gardening. We used to write down, we used to have a book. Like we had about 48 ladies finger plants to give us that 1 kg of tomato, ladies finger we needed for cooking. So all of that was a combined effort with me, Stalin, and everybody.
Everybody else.
So when we said we are going to do farming, the family laughed.
Okay.
They
Fair
said,
enough.
they were like, enough of crazy things done.
Yeah.
People like you are getting married, they're having kids, moving abroad, and you said you want to quit your job and go do farming. They said and they said no for 2 reasons. One, they said we are lazy. We can't wake up early in the mornings.
Yeah.
Farming needs that. Second, it'll sweat and you have to do a lot of hard work. You guys have been sitting on the laptops and working, and all this won't work.
Barefoot walking.
Yeah. So we were like, no, let's give it a shot. And all these connections, and I think we were very clear we wanted to have a purposeful life. So we said, let's figure it out. We'll meet farmers. So the terrace gardening experience is the seed of the idea, because we set up terrace gardens for 200 families. And everybody loved the idea, but none of them were okay to maintain the garden.
Okay.
Sustainability was a challenge. So we picked up the idea of farming from there. People want good food. People want to know where it comes from, but people don't have the time and effort or the money. So we said farmers have land, farmers have time, farmers have the knowledge. Connect them both. So that's how My Harvest came.
So this terrace garden was a financial model. You are charging the client.
We were charging the client and those 200
making
families,
some money.
helping us figure out the idea of My Harvest Farms as we were doing. It is not like a proper company.
Informal.
It was very informally we were setting it up and learning from people, and they became customers of My Harvest Farms when we started to.
No, but that was very interesting because see, you didn't have one problem, okay, which many youngsters have. You are already married.
Yeah.
Now, many students or the parents of the students, they tell the students, no, don't become an entrepreneur because then no girl will marry you, you know, or if it's a girl, they will say no boy will marry you if you're an entrepreneur. Of course, those things have changed of late.
Yeah.
But that is how the setting was. But now you didn't have that issue, which brings me, and I'll pivot our questioning a little bit, right? Because of what you said. So what is the role of Stalin Kalidas into this model? So
Stalin and me have been friends for 20 years now. So we understand our strengths and weakness. So in terms of ideation, very, our thoughts are like ideas were very aligned. So what we want to do, where we want to get, and all of that, we are very aligned, but very different people in nature.
Sure.
So I am the one who likes traveling, meeting people, the very vocal one, while Stalin is the very silent, reserved person. You can't figure out what he's thinking while having a conversation. So, but he loves numbers. He loves operational efficiency and all of that. So
he's your co-founder?
He's my co-founder.
He's your co-founder. Okay.
Even when the NGO started, he was a co-founder. So all the ideas we were attempted, we stepped on and worked together. But his role has been significant because somebody has to be the mind and somebody has to be...
He's a domain guy.
So I'm happy talking here because somebody is handling the operations there. So Stalin is that person.
Okay.
So people ask me, why are you everywhere? How are you running the company? No, I am doing my work and he's running the company as the operations person. So
he's a quiet man behind the business.
Yeah, he's the one who
does the work. And you go and do podcasts.
I meet the customers. I do the business side of things.
Okay.
I do the strategy and the customer side. So we're very clear that we are a farm to home.
Sure.
Where I do the home side and he is a farm side, and there is people in between connecting both.
So who proposed to whom?
It was Stalin.
How do you know? He told you?
We just playing. If somebody asked tomorrow, I'd say Archana. Another time I say Stalin. So it's like we're very good friends that we said we can't live without each other. So it was like a.
So you didn't say no when he asked?
It was actually, I can't answer this.
You are waiting for that?
No, the point is I had to run out of my house.
Okay.
Then tell the families that we were in love. So I was like, I think so mad with the guy that we thought the future will solve all of these problems. And
so you ran away and got married, typical filmy style.
Never got married. Ran away, came back home, and the families got us married.
Oh, family got it. So they wanted not to create trouble, basically.
Yeah. They knew the future. These people are legends.
Yeah. Anyway, these guys are gone case.
Yeah. They won't listen to us.
So you might as well get them married.
Yeah.
Okay, super. Okay. So let's get back to business, right? You spoke about farmers and how did you create that ecosystem. Now go to the other end of the spectrum, right? And that's where the beauty of the model, I believe, is. you have rural farmers, agrarian distress, you are moving up the value chain for them. On the other hand, you have urban, high-end, upwardly mobile, Google savvy, ChatGPT savvy kind of customers who obviously will have short temper cycles and very low patient level. How did you solve that part of the puzzle?
In the initial days, like any entrepreneur, we were not clear who my target audience are going to be. So we said anybody wanting organic food or who's aware will be our customer. Some people said only the elite will pay a premium. They'll pay a lot of money if there is good product and all of that. Today, over the last 7+ years, I've understood that majority of my customers are parents of young children or 40+ who are very health conscious. So the informed, the same people that are talking about. So for them, we want to be their one person, like a family farmer. So when we have anything, we go to a family doctor, right? So we said we'll become your family farmer and you can trust us and you can visit our farms. You can know where your food comes from. It was always a community driven model. It was not like a trading. You just order, we want to build that customer layer very deeply emotional. It was not just buying for offers or discounts. It was always like saying, I know it comes from, if avocado is in season, I tell them my avocados are coming from Arula farmer in Kodaikanal. So we built in that layer a little more carefully, consciously. And initial 200, 300 customers, I wrote handwritten notes. I would send out post-it notes with a message saying, your bag has this particular vegetable which was plucked today morning, and cook it as quick as possible. Or this was grown by farmer Anita. So I used to put all those elements that would connect people.
The story behind it.
There was a story behind and a purpose. So the choice of buying with My Harvest was not just a transactional relationship. So it doesn't mean they can forgive us for everything, because any end of the day it's money. So it has to be worth the money, and there is somebody else cooking. The lady in the house orders a maid cook. So we have to keep the maid also happy. And so a lot of things were involved.
These days, the maid is more important than the lady of the house.
So over time, also realized every customer is an advocate for us inside the house. They're convincing their moms or the in-laws, saying, I trust them for organic. So we have been able to educate, help them make a choice. And if anything goes wrong, we listen. Because that has been a big challenge for me. Initially, I was very customer obsessed, that I would get more depressed when the customer has an issue. The customer would tell and then they'll do the next job, but I will sit on the issue for a longer time. But later I understood that this is a part of the problem. It will continue, but we can do preventive things, or then maybe replacement, or what can we do to make the situation better. So we've understood customer service and built that layer very consciously. So people talk and say, they don't talk to me now. We have a team called the Customer Success, but did you forget me? I didn't get the link to order. I want to order it now. And can you please deliver it 5 o'clock, because I have relatives at home. So people are able to bring in that layer, saying they know who it's coming from. We have like 4,000, 5,000 customers ordering regularly, but then they're able to still think that they can ask. If they want something like a mehendi, they can call up and say, Archana, I usually get vegetables from you. Can you also give me that? Is it possible to source this particular medicine for my brother? And all of that. So we have been
you do all that. So you go beyond the woodwork to actually.
You have done things beyond.
You can order Diwali sweets.
We have
Diwali savories. That is the favorite.
We have curated special gifts for you.
It's not part of the package, but it comes.
We have done that little extra thing to make sure we are part of your family and your moments, special moments especially. A lot of times when people say, I'm going to somebody's house and I want fruits, especially for this and all, we have gifted planned it.
But even in spite of all this, and I think you've done a brilliant job of handling what I would call as a set of very difficult customers, because they are urban, upwardly.
They always like, they can just do another app and 10 minutes it is at home.
And they are all very aware. You would still lose some customers, right?
We are.
What would be the typical reasons why you lose clients?
I think the people today, they want things instantly. So we've also, anything, it's easy to order and get it in 7 minutes, 8 minutes. You order and you get it in less than 10 minutes. Everybody's going towards that. Our business model doesn't allow us to do it at the current point in time, because we don't stock anything. Our vegetables and fruits come in the morning, same day we deliver, basis the demand and all of that, we don't stock. So I think there is a behavioral niche that comes in. People need to plan and order. Second, people are also very fussy about, the quality again changes with person to person. What is ripe to me may still be raw to you. So I think there is a variation of understanding of freshness, ripeness and all of that. And lastly, people service again. So people, we deliver and we take back the cloth bags. We are there for a conversation.
Yes,
Or
yeah.
sometimes it just dropped and left. So I think there are too many things that are customers' expectations. The list is different, and what actually ends up is different. We are able to tick off some of the things or create something because we give it in all sizes.
Yes.
All sizes and shapes. Like I remember Vijiro once showing me a tomato which had a different shape and say it looks like a heart and I'm happy. So we have all of these different
Yeah.
shapes and sizes coming in, but
yeah.
I think that's the beauty of nature.
That's the beauty of organic farming.
Organic and
Yeah,
nature. Somebody
yeah.
was happy showing a cauliflower with bugs, with a
Yes.
worm in it. It's been
Yeah.
several years I saw a worm inside a cauliflower. So I think we are able to listen. We lose customers, but we try to understand why they are not
Why?
able to continue with us.
Good, good. That's great to know. But there is also this this entire organic farming has also kind of become very commoditized in a lot of ways, right? Anybody now comes and says, it's organic farming. Some people, as a joke, they say that they put the vegetable inside mud and then they say it is
Twice
organic.
as.
What is your differentiator or what is your mode, and how do you kind of ensure that your clients are absolutely convinced that your product range is safe and really organic?
Yeah. So organic, I wish there was a litmus paper that just turns the colors as
Yeah,
we put it on an
yeah.
organic vegetable or fruit, but
Mm.
I don't find something like this. So you can't look at something and say it's organic. And the definition of organic changes from country to country, from a company to company. So for me, what we say is safe and chemical free.
Mhm.
So we know what actually goes into the soil is actually what we eat.
Yes.
Whatever you give to the soil ends up as nutrition in the vegetable or fruit, right? So we tell people, and we are able to, like our Instagram page, for example, all that you see there is the real people and real things behind the scene. It's not designed on ChatGPT or Google Gemini and just posted randomly. So we are able to show the journey of food, educate people, and the moat is today the education and the customer service. So people can order anywhere, but I think when I ask them why you're still continuing with me, they say the taste and the quality.
It's a taste. And
The
quality.
consistency in that is
Mm.
definitely a big thing, because somewhere you get it once or twice, but on a consistently, I have customers for more than 4 years, 5 years who have been with us, like you and even Vijay Rao.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think the taste is what they tell me. I can't quantify it, unfortunately. So that
Yeah.
becomes the moat today.
It's a very personal.
For the
thing.
farmer side, we've also carefully built it that somebody can't go and pay them more and say, come start delivering to me. The farmers, if somebody goes and pays them more, they will they shift from my harvest to them?
Yeah, yeah.
None of the farmers have ever shifted so far.
What is the reason?
The relationship has not been only when they give me a harvest. It has been right from guiding them on what how to prepare the land, or supporting them when the season is not right. It has been beyond just that, and we are able to show results for them. When you show results, they don't have to switch. Like they are okay to even ask, I need more. If I was getting a lady's finger from them for 25 rupees and they think it's not fair and they want 30 rupees because the cost has increased, they have okay to have a conversation and say, I want 30. They can demand and ask, and we are okay to listen, not like the mandi guys who say, just leave it or go.
Yeah.
So I think that layer is also a little
It's a family relationship that you have built. With
not
them.
just a family. I think we should be community driven. That person is an anchor for us there. If somebody else, I want to scout for new farmers, I think that person should go help me find out other farmers there. So we're building that ripple effect.
So will you ever compete with the inorganic? See, somewhere you have written, this phrase, safe food for all.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you can't democratize this, right? Because of economic reasons. So how do you make it less undemocratic, I would ask?
And no, we all deserve food that is chemical free. But today, what we get is actually not. It's not food like substance.
But that's because you have to democratize and make food available
for today
everyone.
Not even 10% of us are eating the right food that we deserve, but there are so many farmers who are ready to produce it. So I'm just trying to see, can we get the major part of the share pie and increase that share? Today, it's very, very less. If more people are willing to buy, then the farmers will slowly make the shift. I think it's a two-way thing.
But will that work in such a linear mode? And I'm reminded of what happened in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka was a mess up of
Sri Lanka was a mess because he moved to organic without
thinking. The execution was a complete failure. It has damage done in 40 years, can't be edited in 2 years. So we need to have a long approach, like a government and a mass approach. I can't bring the change, but there can be thousands of my harvests that can bring in that change.
But you are one of the change makers.
We are.
So what should we do as a country, as an ecosystem,
right
to
from
gradually move?
calls.
How do you achieve that? At the same time, taking care of poverty and
I
all
think
those
the
things.
advocacy, we have already started working with people in the space, working on advocacy and working with the government in the policy, creating the organic farming policy and all of that. But more today, people are shifting it when they are already stuck with a health crisis or so. They're making a switch
They
when
are
there is
forced
an
to, and they are forced
when
to.
they are forced to. I think like healthcare, investing on food right now is better than spending on healthcare later. So I think it's more about education together. People don't have to just buy from My Harvest. They can be that person creating that knowledge, sharing about it, and encouraging people to make choices. Whoever is nearby, that's okay. But buying fresh, local, and seasonal is the way forward. We can't. They don't have to be a single brand. It can be multiple people. But I think like a cooperative or however. But more people have to join hands, and it's a long way ahead.
So, do you see an opportunity for you to collaborate with other players like you?
Yeah.
Will that help the ecosystem?
Only collaboration will help us move forward in the direction.
Have you made any steps in that direction?
Today, for reaching out farmers, we collaborate. Even for like when I go and work with I collaborate with companies so that when I go talk to 1,000 people at one go, at least a few of them will make a change and shift. So we're able to collaborate with people to spread the awareness, number one. Second, for Diwali, we usually gift saying it's another initiative for us to reach people and say safe food is possible. Right. For Pongal, we did sugarcane as a gift item. Sugarcane was not even considered as a seasonal item. So now about 10,000, 20,000 sugarcanes have reached, and each one had a message saying support a local farmer. So I think somewhere small dents are happening, but with governments and few other policies only you can actually take it at mass. And incentivizing farmers to also go organic. There are lots of scope in it.
But there are a lot of, I'll refer to some conversation I had with somebody else, and this conversation was around organic milk, A2 versus normal milk, right? And this view was very interesting. He said milk is not meant for you, it is meant for the cows. So why are you complaining? What is your view on this?
No, I am not taking milk or selling milk, so I do not have that view.
Okay.
But I think everything has become a commodity today. So as much as we need, I think there is enough. So when somebody asks, can I produce enough organic food for the whole world? I'm like, let that be. Let's first have all the farmers today, if you just convert them, let's see whether you're feeding 40% or 50%. We don't have to say the whole thing is not possible and stop and not even do anything. Just cribbing about that is not going to help us anywhere. So I think that milk, we should ask Shashi from Akshay Kalpa or somebody else who's solving that problem.
Yeah.
But what we have today, we have not utilized our resources enough. Like as humans, we have exploited something. We have good things in place, but the support is minimal. So we should work on the current things and change makers together.
Sure.
Collaboration is the way.
So now you are at some vantage point, right? I think you have about close to 300 products.
Yeah, we have about
fruits, vegetables, and grocery. About 300, I would say.
We started with vegetables, Mohan, and then added fruits. We added eggs.
And now
today we have rice, millets, sweets, and there's about 280 plus products. On our kitty.
And you are available across multiple markets now?
Yeah, we are. So we have a website to order from. We're not on the marketplaces yet. We're not on QuickCom too. But I think we really want to get onboarded. But the economics is what you're figuring it out.
So
people can discover us online and place an order online.
Yes.
So D2C.
So where do you see the future for My Harvest? Let's say from 3 years from now. Aspirationally, where do you want to be?
Aspirationally, we're not building My Harvest as just a Chennai brand, because the problem we are solving is food security, which is a global problem. Even people in US, Russia, Singapore, everybody there don't have access to chemical-free food. So some of the products can be shipped abroad as well. So we look at expanding beyond Chennai there. But here in the local front, we want to add more farmers. Again, like 2x that we have done for some of the farmers here is a case study that we want to add farmers and trade clusters. So working on the demand, I want to just see the map with a lot of dots wherever my farmers are. So we want to be number one in Chennai and have another 3-4 cities that we export.
Okay, at least the metros. Is that the plan?
Metros, but again, metros is like a bloodshed. Already people who started
already there.
Not doing well enough, and we're just like with my existing farmers, I can go to Coimbatore and Bangalore very easily. But the systems in place, are we ready for Bangalore yet? I'm just figuring out and setting the systems.
that is from the customer base. But I think you have also written somewhere that your farmers are across
Yeah, that's
TN
why
and
that is why I
Karnataka.
said easier for me to
Karnataka,
start
Karnataka.
Coimbatore and Bangalore. We can
Okay.
do it right away. Our farmers are anywhere
Mm.
there.
So from a farmer perspective, what does it take for you to go to Kerala, Andhra, or Telangana?
A few months of figuring out some farmers, because most vegetables are 2-3 months crop.
Mm.
So it's not like trees or fruits that I have to wait for many years. So identifying a farmer and then the seasonality and figuring out. So fulfillment is the last job, big tough part. Everything else is technology. The ordering to supply chain, behind the scenes, everything is solved. Just at the last mile, setting up a warehouse and the last mile delivery system will have to be for each location. So we should be able to partner with somebody locally there to get that execution arm right, because they know what works there. Like my sambar cucumber will go better in Kerala than my cucumbers here, right? So what food palette or what is it as per season? So I think a joint partnership for different cities is how we should approach it, while we bring the know-how of everything else in the business. The supply chain, we should be able to control.
Okay. So just as a learning, right, Archana, let's put the clock forward, right? Assume you are setting up My Harvest today. Tell me a few things that you will do differently.
I think we started with 18 customers on one farm. Then we took 8 months to get our pilot and MVP right. This time I think we'll make it even more faster. So the marketing will also be different now. More videos capturing every day on the farm and creating a vlog, having influencers. I think the way we reach the people and get the message all out will be different. The team will also be different. The team, I think we were more a farm team that started and working on operations. I think a lot more differences in that will be there. Adopting technology early on will also be there, because so when we started, we didn't plant a lot of fruit trees. Had we done that 7 years from now, all the trees would be yielding now. That farm had some trees, but I think we didn't have a long vision saying if you plant so many fruit trees, by 7 years, 8 years, we'll have them yielding. So I think some of the ideas we took time to get it launched. I think now we'll do it faster.
Sure.
With a bigger team and delegate it to somebody and have small projects and experiments.
Tell us about your team. How large is your team now?
We are a 60-member team today. All youngsters, very, very passionate, and
they're all like farm kind of people.
No, people from different parts of Tamil Nadu who are graduates, have a farming lineage though, but not farmers really. First grads from the family. A lot of them started with My Harvest Farms as their first job. Girls are more. Even
really?
in the warehouse, we have women who are working. They are more in the team. So there is a lot of women in the team. Farmers, 300 plus farmers. Again, that's very, very thanks for the question. Most Indian farmers are 55 plus. My Harvest farmers are 29, 30-year-olds.
Wow.
So we are very young population in the farmer. So every youngster in the village is anchoring My Harvest Farms and changing the village scenario. So we young team and a lot of women in the team.
Lot of women in the team.
Yeah, so a lot of energy.
Lot of energy, right? So, but is your customer profile of the same demographic going forward? Is it changing, like unlike what it was say 10 years ago?
The customer profile, like I said, people
is it the younger ones now?
Yeah, a lot of the younger ones, because people look at Instagram or there is a FOMO that comes after they see Instagram and then they want to give it a try. And people who are also traveled across and come back to India, they know how to be careful about the food. They look back the bottle and look for ingredients and all of that. So I think most of the young mothers are our customers. So
mothers, right?
Obviously.
And both working.
Give you a founder insight, Mohan, not even young mothers, like when the baby starts eating solids, that's when they make the change. So when they're pregnant, when they're pregnant, they make a change. But the major shift happens when they start giving carrots to the babies in the mashed potato carrot stage.
Okay.
So carrot is our biggest, what sells more for us is carrots.
So that's the impact.
Yeah. So a lot of mothers, so that say, I'm trusting you for my baby. I think there's a bigger shoulder responsibility that we have. So most mothers.
So many pregnant women will move into this.
So we know their journey, and a lot of the kids born after becoming customers of My Harvest are going to school now. So we are part of their journey from the pregnancy phase or thereafter.
Super. Which actually takes me, segue to the next part of the conversation, right? And the audience here is students
Yeah.
mostly. We have faculty, of course, who will be more aware because faculty also are, they do cooking, I think, many of them. But we have the students, right? And one of the questions they ask is, they're not asked here, but they want to do internships.
Yeah.
See, end of the day for them, it's instant gratification, fulfillment. For them, the fulfillment when in their third year, fourth year. So suppose somebody approaches My Harvest and say, Archana, can you give me internship? Can you give me a job? What will you look for in them?
Thanks. We do have interns all the time at My
Mm.
Harvest, and as much as they learn, we also learn from the intern who comes with us. So I think as an intern, the only thing we look for, even while hiring, is are they okay to learn?
Mm.
Do they have that curiosity enough to learn and be flexible? There are some people who come and they won't lift a crate. And then
Yeah.
they would say, I want to do agriculture. Like lifting a crate is not even part of agriculture. And they start bringing in all those layers to what I'll do, what I will not do. So I think so interns who have been with us, they worked on the website. They've also worked on the scenes behind
Mhm.
grading things, working on quality. Two, they have also gone for delivery to meet the customer homes.
Okay,
So we
okay.
expose them to all the different aspects of the business.
Okay.
We send them to the farm to meet our farmers to document their stories also.
Okay.
So we understand what is their interests, but if they don't have the curiosity for learning, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
we had
then
some
you-
intern.
yeah.
We
Not
had one
everybody
in-
will succeed.
Yeah, some
yeah.
intern came up and said, I came to Chennai to just roam or why are you giving me work?
Go to the
So,
beach.
But we have had amazing interns. So my
Okay.
team would wonder, why is this person coming to office so sincerely, even for just
Ah.
one certificate? So I think internship is a way for us to learn too.
Okay. And that's a better way of recruiting, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because
We
you
have
get
had
to
people who joined
handle
us.
them, test them, feel them, and then figure out whether
I
they
don't
are
know
good
if
for
people
you.
from here are there. VIT University, we had students who came in as interns. About
Hmm.
5 of them are part of the team today.
Okay. Okay. Another question that students ask is, they will want to ask you, ma'am, when should I start my entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah.
Should it be when I'm in the college? Should it be when I leave? Should it be after working for 2 years? What is your perspective on this?
There is never a right and wrong here. I think whatever, age is just
Number.
a number.
Yeah.
But when you're in college, you actually have more freedom to actually experiment and work. Nobody's going to question you. If you have an idea, you have 3-4 years to ask help from your staff, or if money might not be the only thing. But today with all the incubation centers and people like PALS and everybody, you have mentors to ask for even money to do MVP. But if you finish and then scout, that's a different story. Your energy levels are different because your family or somebody would say, that guy is earning so much, you're just sitting at home and
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yeah.
So
Go join
starting
Deloitte.
early is always
Yeah.
innocence is
Yeah.
bliss.
Why do you want to do this? Go to Deloitte.
Yeah,
They'll give
you will
10
be
lakhs.
compared, you
Yeah.
will be asked questions which you don't want to answer, right?
Yeah.
So if you really have an idea, do it and give it that MVP stage in college, get it going. And today there is so much of support system. There is a startup TN here. Every state has
No.
grants.
See, you are
and
doing
IVPs.
MVP now. See, you are very familiar with minimum viable product. Students don't know what is MVP.
No, I think they can ask.
Oh.
And as students, there's another big problem. Most of us won't even talk about our ideas to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
They think somebody will copy my idea, I won't say about it. I think that's another problem. Students, just be vocal, ask for help, see what will take you to the next step. If it is just a simple PPT, also do make it and go on, show it to people. Tell them that this is the idea I have, I want to work on it. If somebody says it doesn't work, take it as a perspective, then go build something. The MVP is just to see if you can build it as a business. Even if you fail, it's your learning. You can put it
Yes.
on a resume and get another proper job.
Failure is a success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one. But I wouldn't say everybody has to be an entrepreneur right in college, because you may not be cut out for it. Entrepreneurship needs a lot of resilience. Evlo adichalu taangnu.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's the skill I really
Need to be thick skin.
that has, it has to be thick
Thick
skin. It also has to be like, I'll show it in my actions. I will listen to you. I am listening to you, but watch out for me. I'll make it and then
Yeah.
show it.
Yeah.
So I think resilience has been one skill, and I'm talking boldly because I think you may not have it enough while you are in college, but you may have a good idea. So build what skills you think you need to get that resilience and be bold about your idea. So for that building skills, join companies where that skill can be. So joining a company is going to be experience towards that direction. And along the line, you might figure that idea is not even relevant. You shouldn't work on it. It's okay. New ideas,
Come.
anytime you can start. Aravind Eye Hospital was started after 58 years old.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you can be a great company at whatever age. And if you are a girl watching this, I'm sure you should definitely talk about your idea anytime and don't just give up.
Yeah.
Don't
And most of our
sacrifice.
students are girls. And
Yeah, so don't
Yeah.
ever say, I'll decide after my marriage, I'll decide
Marriage.
after my, yeah, marriage should not be a decision factor at all. It is not even in the scene. If that guy is going to invest, then maybe marriage should be a factor to consider.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your idea and marriage doesn't correlate together.
Yeah. Make him put the money.
That's why I say, if
Yeah.
that guy is going to be an investor, then the
Yeah.
idea and that marriage may have a
Yeah.
conversation. But
Yeah,
otherwise,
exactly.
he has no role to play in your idea and
Yeah.
becoming a great startup.
You know, there was a joke, matrimony is a matter of money.
Yeah.
So another question that students ask is, the first thing they ask is, we need money.
Yeah.
And this comes also from the faculty coordinators, right? Is money the most important thing when you want to set up a business, and that too in the area of farming? Is it the
Actually,
must
money is a
have?
fuel, but it never stops a business. Most ideas that ever failed, if you look at the reasons why they failed, I don't think money was number one. And you know it better being there. So it would have been different reasons for the market or the founders or the idea itself. Money was never, but we all need money. And today money is also there. We only have to go to it. And opportunities don't come knocking. You have to create it. Even money is there. You have to go tap it and ask. So I've never raised and asked money from my parents, and I don't know if they even have the money to give it, but
Yes.
I've raised it from individuals who trusted in me and the idea. Me or the idea. Okay, right? So you have to be so much convicted that your idea is going to win. And you will make sure whatever you can to make it win. And that is what people are looking forward to. And some people have done great things in business and they're willing to give you that time, but you shouldn't waste that time, right? So the conviction and asking for what exactly you want will help them channel and help you guide, take that idea forward. So money shouldn't be a stopper. If you want money, ask them, I need 1 lakh or I need what money? How can I raise it? People today, there are grants, there are some programs, and there are even, like, I won competitions and raised money. I initially didn't know that was a route. Like Wilgrow grant came after we won one of their competitions, applying for the third time. I went into a fellowship called Acumen, which I was trying from 2015. I got it in 2021. Later, they gave me a grant also, but I think nothing in first attempt doesn't come. You have to knock, like in marketing, we say we talk to 100 people. 97 people will not even care for whatever you talk. 3 people will say okay, and 1 people will buy. 1 person will buy. Similarly, be shameless about your idea, talk to everybody. Somebody will give you that money, but execution and idea, only you can do it. Money, somebody can do, but execution and idea, only you can do.
But the idea is a driving force, right? I mean, sometimes I hear, can you give us some idea to work on? Is it a perfect recipe for success or failure?
Nobody can give you an idea. It has to be you. I can give you an idea, but you will just not like it, or you will do it only till as much as the time I help you. Like most of the colleges I've gone and I've done ideation sessions as part of Native Lead and through all of these motivation talks. And all lovely ideas are sitting inside colleges with students. They want to solve the blood donation problem. They want to solve traffic issues. Some of them want to solve solid waste. All the great ideas are there inside the youngsters. The problem is, what does it take for that idea to become a reality? That is a little different genre. It needs hard work. It needs more ground reality. It needs more conversation, stepping out of your building. So that work is something that most people aren't doing. So if I give you an idea, you don't know how much of effort is needed to get that idea in. So even if Mark Zuckerberg gives his entire blueprint of the Facebook company to me, I can't run it like Mark Zuckerberg. And that's why I said you should be vocal. Don't say somebody will copy my idea. Patent is a different game, but your idea today, you have to be vocal to get help and find co-founders. Like we have to sell to get our team members. You have to be a good selling person.
So what is the role of the faculty? You know, we have students, right? And we have fantastic faculty, people who run entrepreneurship development cells, people who do placement office. In some way, they all, work together to create the right careers for the students. And they get motivated by that, right? What is the role faculty should play differently now to promote entrepreneurship in their colleges?
Actually, faculty or anybody here, we are all facilitating things, right? So you are the first people who will spot that this person has something wow about it, or this idea needs support. So I think I've seen amazing faculty, more than like some of the colleges, the students will just graduate and move, but these faculties will keep onto the idea, find students to make it a live project. So I think faculty, you have a great role to facilitate and connect the dots. because they say, I don't know where to go, who to ask. And you will, like every speaker who comes to college, I've seen the faculty more passionately getting for cards and contacts saying, tomorrow I'll reach out to you for my students. So I think what they're doing is amazing. But today they'll have to catch up on things beyond their academics. I think it's a burden today for a lot of the staff to do things and entrepreneurship outside their syllabus. It's okay. You are also learning. You want to realize your entrepreneurial dreams, do it through the students and be a part of their venture. I think you are the first mentors for them inside the campus.
Right, absolutely. So specifically from a farming business perspective, and we call it social entrepreneurship in a lot of ways, what is the first thing a student should do if
You
he or
should
she
have patience.
wants to?
As a student wanting to get into farming or agriculture, I think great ideas, like all your ideas, talk to people, talk to the real, like any idea, talk to the real end user. If you have, like for example, Redbus was started by Funny, and he first went and talked to all the ticket bus operators. He had a great idea, but all the idea without the bus operator giving their inputs, the idea is a crap. Like if you have an idea on farming, really talk to farmers. I have had PPT sent by students saying this one technology, if the farmer uses, the soil yield will be improved. Did you test if the farmer can use it? They wouldn't even thought about rain and does that sensor need a cover? So I think getting your hands dirty, having some patience to do different iterations, and getting the real end user, whoever you envision, to give inputs and being a part of the collaborative process will definitely take you off. And for agriculture, I think India needs more solutions and more youngsters to come, because it has been a sector ignored by people.
Yes.
And TiE Chennai taught me, one was networking. Number two, the TiE Chennai taught me early on was every problem is an opportunity.
Yes.
Agriculture has a lot of problems. If we sit down and write, I think we can write on pages and pages of problems, and every problem anybody can solve. Like it can be a EEE, it can be an IC, whichever engineering or whatever stream, you can definitely find a way to solve a problem and there is opportunity, plenty.
Yeah, like they say, problem and solution are like two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Like the way failure and success are,
Yes.
right? So that's a very interesting way to kind of conclude. And before we throw the floor open for questions, just to lighten up, right? It's been a very intense thing, our conversation. Let me ask you some rapid fire, if you don't mind. Okay. So, are you a morning person or a night owl? And I think you answered it.
Night owl.
Night owl. Okay. But you still manage farming.
Yeah, I mean, have good people who wake up in the morning and do the hard work, and have good relations with them that they give me an update.
Yeah. And you said you don't drink coffee or tea.
Yeah.
But green tea or black tea?
Green tea.
Why?
Somehow green tea and lemon tea have been my choices. So I never tried.
Is it something to do with health?
It looks like people are health conscious when they drink green tea. So yeah, it's a good facade.
Okay. 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 Bollywood or Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Okay. Why?
I really want to understand the world through them.
You want to understand. Oh, brilliant answer.
World through them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you'll come back to India.
They're very rooted. I really like people stories more than love stories. I like people
stories.
People stories.
Okay.
Society reflections on the movies.
Good. Rajinikanth or Mohanlal?
Oh, actually, it should have been Kamal Haasan. Why you want to bring Mohanlal into the picture?
No,
I would have just said Kamal Haasan.
No, we have students from Kerala here, faculty, and I am from Kerala. So
okay.
For me, Mohanlal got the award this year.
Yeah. Just because I watched more
But I still want you to
movies.
compare with Rajinikanth.
Just because I've seen more movies of Rajinikanth, I have to say Rajinikanth. But people who know me are like, why are you not liking Rajinikanth? Has always been the question to me.
Okay, so you're not a Rajini fan.
Not big a Rajini fan, and people I've got enough hated comments for that.
Okay, you're going to get beaten up by some.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, thank God we are virtual.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bombay film industry is called Bollywood, right?
Yeah.
And Madras or Chennai is called as Kollywood. A quiz for you, you will know it. What is Kannada film industry called?
I know Tollywood and Mollywood. I only know the Kannada. No?
Yeah, it's a pun. Tell me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
Yeah, just rhyme with Bollywood and Kollywood. It rhymes with Kollywood and Bollywood.
Yeah, no, Mollywood.
It's a very interesting answer.
Bollywood.
No, it's
No.
Karnataka, Kannada.
Uh, I speak Kannada also.
You speak Kannada? A lot of colleges from Bangalore and Mysuru.
Yeah.
Please give us a right answer.
No.
No?
Wapas.
No? It's called sandalwood.
Sandalwood.
Yeah. You heard it? Go to Wikipedia. First answer it will give is sandalwood.
Oh God.
It's called Chandana Kadu.
Chandana. Yeah, I know. I've been to
Ah.
all the Mysore and Tipu Sultan palaces and
Yeah,
all that
see.
world, but
That's what they call it.
Sure.
It's a
I
fun
thought-
thing.
yeah,
but
I thought too much.
Yeah, you thought, yeah. That's why I said rhyme with sandalwood.
Rhyme with sandalwood.
Yeah, yeah.
I could even said rosewood, redwood, and escape.
So, Stalin as a husband or Stalin as a co-founder? Take one choice only. Only
Again,
one choice.
none of the work. I can call
No, no, you
friend
have to give
no.
one answer.
Friend no.
You had one answer. Stalin as a co-founder or Stalin as a husband?
Husband.
Husband?
Yeah.
You're scared?
No, co-phone is not here anyway. So any
Oh.
answer is like okay.
Okay. Okay.
We've never been like a husband wife. My mom
Your
still
friends.
says like,
Yeah.
when will you start living like a family? It's been like 16 years of marriage.
Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
please behave like
Yeah.
one. So
You're
he
always
doesn't like being called the husband. So
your
husband.
friends. Your friends, right? Yeah. So, which is which grows? Where can you go far? Which is better, the traffic in Bangalore or growing brinjal?
Brinjal. Your traffic in
Growing
Bangalore
brinjal is
worse.
easier than
Easier,
traveling
yeah.
in Bangalore.
At least nature
Yeah.
gives some peace also.
And you'll get some oxygen.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
oxygen
okay.
and good. I mean, the peace of mind is much can't
Okay.
trade off with the traffic in Bangalore.
Okay. Okay.
Bangalore friends don't hate me. I'll come. I
Yeah.
keep coming very often.
No, but we all love the traffic in Bangalore because we like talking about it. Yeah, but things are not bad actually. So
We use
last,
the metros.
huh?
We use the metros
it's
more.
it's a case in all the metros.
Yeah.
And I'm sure things will improve. So final question, I know we have to, and you have to give me a right answer and justify. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Chicken.
Why?
Because I want to eat the eggs separately. I want the chicken to give me more eggs.
Yeah, but which came first?
Chicken only.
Why?
Because that can lay the egg.
But the egg was the one that converted a chick.
God created chicken first, in my
God.
imagination.
With your imagination.
Yeah,
Okay,
God
very
created
good.
Adam Eve. So he also created the chicken.
Okay, the
first.
forbidden apple.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Archana. Hey, guys, we'll throw the floor open questions. Lavana, any questions on the chat box you would like to read? Of course,
Yes.
anybody who want to kind of open up and talk, who have good internet, please feel free to ask.
Thanks, Mohan, for the very interesting question. I hope it wasn't boring for all of you listening.
I hope so. Either it's virtual, but I hope they enjoyed it. Yeah.
I think Arker is having a first question.
Sure.
Arker,
I have a question. A very simple question. You did your engineering, I
Yes.
presume, in electrical or computer science,
Informatics, sir.
informatics, and then you went into a completely different field.
Yeah.
So what can you say about whatever you learned in engineering? How useful has it been in your present career?
Thank you. That's a very thoughtful question. I think engineering was the one that gave us the problem-solving mindset. So today, if you ask anybody what they work and what they studied, I think mostly 6-7 people would not say they are working in the same stream as they studied. But I think the education, anything that we talk about data today, I think the seeds were sown when I was in engineering college. The people or relationships that I have today, again, I think everything roots back to the engineering days of problem solving, number one, no doubt about it. Otherwise, I would just study, write exams, but engineering, I also studied geoinformatics, thinking, location, mapping, analysis, and all of something like everybody was even the state topper always takes ECE. And I was very keen, I will do biotechnology or geoinformatics. So I think my engineering degree has helped me much. And on a lighter note, my engineering helped me find my life partner. He was my college classmate.
There
So
we
college
go.
gave me more than knowledge. So anyway, I don't regret being from engineering to farming.
Are you sure you managed to pass engineering?
I was one of the
You're not
toppers.
so distracted. Huh?
No, I was one
You're
of
the
top-
toppers?
I know, I did study.
You're toppers. You're
Yeah.
one of the toppers?
Yeah.
Okay. Who motivated whom?
There's always a self. Nobody questioned or asked how many marks.
Self-motivation. Okay. Okay. Any other questions, Lavana or Robin? Yeah.
Yeah, so Mohan sir, before proceeding, I would like to thank Mohan sir and Akshana ma'am for the excellent conversation. We have received many questions and most of the things has been covered, but I would like to highlight few questions. Ma'am, can you mention some key skills? Because it's a repeated question. Some of the key skills which entrepreneurs should have.
Number one, I think I started with resilience, but I would say you need communication skills because the idea is in your head and you will communicate it to everybody. You will need it to even talk to your team, talk to your investor, talk to customers. So wherever you need to articulate the idea the way they want it. And I think the communication is a great skill you definitely should work on. I think it doesn't mean you should talk. It could be writing, it could be making a video. Today, people who make videos and edit have a bigger opportunity, right? Just making a 30-second reel also is fine. But I think communication, you should be able to do a lot better because you are the one person who's going to sell the idea to everybody and get people on board. Number two, I think problem solving, like I mentioned, because entrepreneurs are people who don't just see a problem and walk away. You are seeing it differently. You think you are you're able to solve it, and that's why you sit on that idea for a long time. And if you don't like that problem, you will not, because startups are not a short game. You always have this question whether it's a sprint or a marathon. So you have to work on that idea for a longer duration. So you should start going deep, figure out if A doesn't work, option B, option C, like the PPTs that we do, no? Final 1, final 2, final 3. There's never like one final here. So that is number 2. Number 3, I think, is the most important. Not many people may say you should celebrate mistakes.
Yeah.
You should be shameless about it. People in India, we don't appreciate that enough. But I think celebrating failures, make mistakes, learning from them. So fail fast and learn fast. Make mistakes as quickly as possible and keep moving. You should be flexible. You don't have to like follow one template and say, I did this, it's not working. You don't have the quick you are to change, follow a different route and keep trying. I think that is another skill which most people, because whatever your idea, agriculture, technology, or it could be whatever stream, I think these 3 things are necessary: resilience, fail fast, learn fast, and your communication. Am I okay? You want to add on, Mohan?
No, this is fantastic. I mean, I love the word fail fast, right? Because when you fail fast, the cost of failure is low. When you take a lot of time to fail, the cost of failure is very high. So the earlier you fail, the better. So failure is a brilliant trait that all of us should learn to enjoy and celebrate, like what Archana said.
Thank you, Mohan sir and Archana ma'am. So moving to the next question, how will you communicate or either convince your customers that the food is healthy, not just an organic?
So health is something that is a driver today. Most people, so they make a choice of organic to feel healthy or really be healthy. So I tell them that the tomato we eat from my harvest is nutritious enough because we know what went into the tomato. But people who eat it only, so I think quantifiable answer. We've asked our customers how frequent they visit hospitals. That's the only thing we can ask. Because during COVID, the loyalty factor was high for My Harvest Farms. We didn't have to sell data or tell people of nutrition value and all of that. So people felt eating organic built their immunity better. People, we have had customers who called up and said, my father has cancer. He cannot eat this is food. He only can eat this. Is your food really organic? And the food has been a medicine. And I really have to share this. I have one customer who said a doctor was astonished because this person had a liver transplant, like 15-20 lakhs of money gone into a transplant. And then the health recovery stage, they're going with our food. And the parameters that they were tracking are definitely in the best levels, and they were shocked. Not just the medicine, I think food is medicine. People are able to believe it only when they feel it or taste it. I can't present reports and say mine is organic and healthy. But I think it's how the mothers tell it. When I cook, I know the aroma. When I taste it, I can feel it. So I think that's the answer. Maybe you want to add, Mohan?
No, I'm good. No. I mean, I fully endorse what you're saying.
Because even at Mohan's house, I think what his wife would tell me is, when we eat outside, I understand the taste difference. Yeah. So when they buy it, when we're not delivering and they go out and eat, they don't like that brinjal which someone else is serving.
No, it's a good and bad. See, now we have stopped eating out. And because we said no, it doesn't taste as good. So
Thank you.
yeah.
So there was an interesting question again. Are you integrating nutrition education into the business model?
Initially started out saying we have a very big disconnect between consumers and farming. I think there is also a disconnect between the food, what we eat. And I used to teach in schools. I used to teach gardening and farming in schools. And I will tell you, there was one experiment I used to do with kids. Started sixth standard, we had circles of students, and I gave them farm tracing activity. So I gave them a idli, I gave them chapati, ice cream, and then asked them to trace it back to the farm. So they have to list out the ingredients and how it will come from the farm. Like, for example, they have to say milk. So there used to be a farmer milks it, then it goes to a factory, then they chill it, and then it gets packaged, then goes to a shop, and then these people buy. You get it right? The farm to table journey. And this idli team I thought was the easiest. But strangely, these people didn't know what was the ingredients for idli, because they just have bought the batter from the shop. They know the brand, they know the batter, they don't know. I was worried they wouldn't know ulundu or urad dal, but they didn't even know paddy and rice was part of the batter.
Okay.
And sixth standard kids. I can't blame them. It has to be the conversation which was lost in their homes. I again not blaming the mother alone.
Yeah.
It's a combined society failure, right? So we talk to people about know your food, know what's in your food, because I used to be proud that I got sentiment biology in 12th standard, but I never knew why I should eat a strawberry, why I should eat a tomato. I know I drew all of that. Vitamin A was plenty in carrots because it was a 2-mark question. But now when you relate, if I need good things for my eye, will I eat the carrots? The knowledge between education and nutrition, all of that was minimal. So now in our reels also, we keep talking that if you want your hair fall to be controlled, eat curry leaves. So all of these nutrition, why you should eat, what you should eat, why fresh, why seasonal, we're just trying to bring all that into our marketing or whatever you could say, but we are integrating that into our business model.
That's an excellent answer, ma'am. Moving to the next one, how can soil health be measured and monitored over time?
So there is a informal answer and a formal answer. So there is a person called Sultan Ismail, who is actually the professor 30 years experience in Madras University. So he was the one who created vermicompost from the earthworms. So earthworms are farmers' friend, right? So he would say if soil has improved or not by just going to a farm. He'll walk to all the farmers, dig somewhere and see if there are a lot of earthworms. Then he'll say your soil is good. You've done so much good work on soil health. So that's the informal way. So even in our farmers, we have seen that. So whenever it rains, you'll see waters and earthworms getting washed away with our soil. It was not just water flowing. So earthworms, we have increased their biodiversity and also microbes, things we can't see. Informally, that is there. But formally, if you want to do soil testing and want to see if your soil health has improved, it is usually the active carbon. So you check whether your carbon content has increased. So it's not just the NPK. NPK is needed for the plants to grow, but there's a lot more things which are together going into our food. So reducing chemicals is one, adding more nutrition to the soil is another. So soil health, initial 2-3 years, we spend a lot on soil health. So later years, that is what gets passed. Like somebody has used excessive chemicals for so many years. We spend 6-8 months curing and giving all the good things. So it's like somebody would say an analogy, like if the child was cursed and given in a very bad environment and you want to make the child better, put the child in a place and give all the nice things, manifest all the good things for them. And after a point in time, the child will start absorbing the good things, unlearning the bad and absorbing the good. Likewise, so after curing happens, the soil starts absorbing the good things. So I give only the cow dung and farmyard manure, and I don't give them all the urea and the old stuff. The soil starts to absorb the new things and then it starts reacting. It takes its curing time as well. So we have measured with data and also informally and seen the soil health improve.
So Anand, a student from CKCET, have a question. How much minimum investment or resources are required to become a farming entrepreneur? Any resources or
you want to answer this or
sir, probably you can add.
You start and then I'll finish.
See, you get your farming idea evaluated first. Let the idea drive the fund needs, rather than the fund being a showstopper or a stumbling block to the idea. But get your idea nicely done on a paper, nicely validated by a few people, and make your pitch. After that, we will see. In Hindi say, uske baad dekhenge. Aparma paatakalam, right? So that is what you should. Don't worry about funding now. What you need to set up a farm, farming is already there in you, which is your brain. And then you get started, then funding will come. That's my answer.
So what people with money usually do is they buy the land and then they said, I'll start farming. But actually, I still don't own farmland. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but for you to start, you don't need, you just need somebody to give you the land to do that experiment of your idea, right? So talk to a farmer and say, I'll spend my weekends or I will start working on this and give me some time to experiment. And you will need money to even travel for your food expense to buy something and all. So that is a money which you will need. And you can find somebody to fund that. You will not have pocket money. That money you definitely can raise easily to get your idea. It is not going to be more than a lakh. Anything below a lakh is definitely possible with your incubation centers today. IVP gives 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs and all of that. So that even if you have a very, very interesting idea, you might find an investor in Mohan also. I'm just putting him on the spot. But the thing is, your idea, like he mentioned, needs to be convinced with a farmer, because you're talking about a farming idea. The farmer has to use it. If one farmer says yes and it's wonderful, I've never tried this before, it's going to save my time, it's going to increase my yield, it's going to give me more money, you have a very big market, right? India has millions of farmers who can just use the idea and make it big. So I think you just have to prove that it works. And the initial money, like any startup also, friends, family, the first 3 F's only will actually give you
Not the fourth one.
Friends, family and fools. Yeah. So initial money, you will have to give a proof of concept, and once somebody believes in it, I think you will get your first check. It's definitely possible. Good ideas will ultimately, you will find a way.
You will find buyers.
It will take time, but that's why I said patience is something that you definitely need.
And the best way to raise funds is your customers, right? That's the easiest way for you to raise money. Get your customers, and the customers will take care of you. And then when customers take care of you, investors will chase you anyway.
What we both have not mentioned is you should start small.
Yeah.
So starting small, making it work, and then making it bigger is always, you always do it in small phases, phase it out, but dream big. Your dream should be big, but execution should be small, make small mistakes and build.
There is a follow-up question, ma'am. How can we register for DPIIT, probably the Startup India recognition?
All this is online, and today I think you just have to go online and list everything. MSME websites have the data. DPIIT, I think again they have a website which has very simple, and that money is also not a lot. You get all of these benefits when you are a DPIIT startup. Today, Startup TN in Tamil Nadu, I think they have registered for more than thousands and thousands of startups, and there are people like concierge. There are people who you just go and say, I want to DPI register, and there are people willing to help as well. Or I can put in touch with my team, because I didn't do it personally myself. It was my partner who did it. But it's all very easy. Don't be, all these words should not scare you. Because as a private limited, I think there's a lot more filings, a lot of compliances, a lot of things that you will learn on the way. You have to learn it. But DPIIT, I think, is a starting point. Very easy to do.
So all the sources are available in the internet.
Yeah, very much. ChatGPT will give you, but even Google has the answer. You don't have to just trust the AI.
So there was another question. How do you generally overcome the loss in your business? And can you elaborate some examples for them to understand? Is what one student is asking.
So loss, most of us, we always talk loss as financial loss. Yes, I've gone through that. Second, there is a loss in terms of property and material and infrastructure. We have gone through that as well. And then there's a loss of mental peace and mental health, which is very prevalent now. So, and there are other losses too, but I'm saying loss will come, and if you don't wake up with a problem today, I think you are living in heaven only. So every day comes with design of problems. Some problem or the other will keep coming. When I had a financial loss, first we should assess and see what is it we should have course corrected or what. I think there that resilience, when I mentioned, it is like you keep trying to get that. So financial losses, like one of us had to work. Like me and Stalin, both of us quit our jobs. We were like how we had to, thing is, we had to put some ideas on hold for a while. So our first idea failed. We had 20 lakhs plus losses. And then I worked somewhere. We kept our lifestyle minimal, expenditure minimal. All that we earned, a part of the money was going into a new idea R&D, giving back the loans of the past. So some ideas kept delaying. Believe in your skill. Making money is definitely a way forward. You don't have to just, we are all not blessed like to have lots of money at home that you can just keep deploying. One idea gone, next idea gone. So it's okay to take a gap in between, find a job, make money, then come back, start a new idea. But in that job, be a responsible person to learn skills for your future idea or save money. Because I've never seen any founder who has never been frugal.
Yes.
Okay, there are founders. I think frugality comes as part of your DNA. I maybe missed out when I talked about skill set. Frugality, fancy offices don't captivate me, or I think a lifestyle definitely matters, and conscious choices only. Financial loss, if you it doesn't come only to an entrepreneur. So I don't think there's a separate handbook for entrepreneurs to come out of financial loss. Financial loss also comes to people who have bought a car and the car met with an accident. It comes to people who have done some medical expenditure and then they have a financial loss. It is a similar loss, just that here you tried it, you owned it yourself. It was not something that happened out of the blue. So it was part of the design. First, acknowledge that this loss was part of the design, like how success and failure are part of it. So acknowledging it helps. Talking to people who have undergone it or people who know it, definitely. Ranting out also gives you that mental peace. People, like I go and talk to somebody, and maybe, for example, if I had Mohan, he might say, I know somebody who has 1 crore loss. You are just 20 lakhs, Archana. This is nothing. Another so many years you work, you will make it. And if he said that, instead of just advising or just saying, I think that mentorship at that point in time is also helping us find ways. Number one. Number two, I think I had another loss where we had entire fire accident at the farm. Everything was,
my God.
It was in 2019. This 2018 we started. Overnight, everything was into ashes. And in 2 days, I had a farm camp for kids. So my only job at that point was to make sure my team's morale didn't go away. As a founder, my responsibility was put off the fire, obviously. But beyond that, I had to think of the team, no loss, no morale affection, customers, the delivery has to go. Everything went on. In fact, it was my first summer camp and Chutti TV was putting up an ad at 7 o'clock. 2:30, we had the fire accident. So a lot of things went abrupt, but I even did a crowdfunding campaign. I'm just telling you because some of you may not know crowdfunding. Because I don't know people who will give me money. I went out, asked, like begging bowl you were talking about. This is a begging bowl, a modern begging bowl.
It's called crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding. I've done crowdfunding in the past, one for a pond restoration, but this time that experience taught me that I needed, again, it's a big loss. If it was another farmer who lost 3.5 lakhs of money in the fire accident, it would take a toll in their entire family. But for me, I said, I'll come out of it. I was just taking videos and photos when the fire was happening. From city, I drove at 2:30. I drove and reached, and the fire extinguisher never came till the end. But it was a moment for me to capture, document all of this, and then even now, if you go to Millap and search My Harvest Fire Accident, you will find it.
You'll find it.
We raised it, and I raised about 60-70 people gave in money. We raised money in 2 weeks, and we were back up and running in 3 weeks.
That's resilience.
I think resilience was the word, and the team was there. The team believed I will do something. I didn't know what to do, but the team believed Archana will solve it. Stalin will solve it. So we had to put our best foot forward all the time. So I think resilience, patience, starting small, all of it comes together. So loss will definitely be there. What is in your control is your mental peace. Then in that loss, you should listen to a song, eat biryani, sleep, go somewhere, travel, whatever. But your mental peace is in your hand. Rest everything, you have to take help from the community.
So there was another question from the faculty member. What advice would you give to researchers who want to translate a lab-scale organic formulation into a successful commercial product? This question from Professor Carolyn from Rajalakshmi.
Okay. Ma'am, a fantastic question. I think like how you have an idea, you may not have the facility for the actual test. or getting it to live product, right? So whatever industry you are, I think you should be able to link and ask for help. If it was a food product, you should talk to because even those companies have an R&D, or they will connect you to the right people to find out and give you inputs or take it into their labs to make it big. If it was a healthcare, I think he's from the healthcare industry, he will know. So yeah, if you're open about your idea, asking what help you exactly need, you can always go to a industry and academia collaborations are definitely here to make that possible. And most institutions are doing a great job at it or figuring it out. Today, it is not the same as what it was when I started out. So, and if today you're not able to do it, it should be only because that industry is not existing. I think every industry is existing.
Yes.
So just finding that and having conversations. If somebody is not responding to that email, what else can we do? Today, world is again flat. Like I know most of the people head, not personally, but there'll be just one person in between. Like if I want to meet Kavinkar C.K. Ranganathan, for example, I don't know him at all. I only have to go to TiE Chennai and say, I want to meet C.K. Ranganathan for this. Can you connect me?
Yeah.
And if it is really a need, like whatever Ms. Carolyn asked, they would just be put in touch, and then their lab will become my home ground to test it. So you should know who to ask. And if I don't know and they're not responding, how else can I go and find out? Because the facility the institution cannot build. For all ideas, the institution cannot create labs inside. Some ideas they can. Like for example, I've seen Crescent do a wonderful job at some of the ideas. Then there are biotech incubators. There are people out scouting for good ideas. And if you have that wonderful idea, why not? Just go talk about your idea and find a space.
That will be shameless.
Shameless again, yes. Keep following up till you get it.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Yeah, and I think people from some people do it very well. Like when I've been part of some accelerators and all, they've been part of multiple incubators and collaborations and able to get that grant or STEM or BIRAC, this program, that program. You should find who has it. Like for example, you read about it and you find it in Shillong. Yeah, travel to Shillong, find out how you can take that idea there. Somebody's working on plastics, green plastics. And this institute has that lab that you're talking about and your institute doesn't have it. Write an email or go in person. Anybody going in person is definitely taken better. They give attention. They definitely take you seriously than an email. Because even their emails, I think they don't, you are one of the 1,000 people who will email, right? So one travel to that institution will help you get that opportunity.
It will make a hell of a lot of difference.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it is. I mean, very profound, I would say.
Oh, thanks.
I hope, Caroline ma'am, you got your perfect answer from Archana ma'am. So there was another question from a student. How to, probably he is asking, can you mention some leadership skills when we start working with people with different mindset and perspective in a team?
Yes. A leader, I think leader again is, people have different notions of a leader. So I think one being with the people itself is a leadership skill. Some people, they put a pedestal and they sit and they think they are a leader. I think that leadership, there are different styles of leadership. If you read about it, you will know what is your style of leadership. But I think just sitting on the pedestal is definitely not leadership, right? So while building an organization, mostly when we hire people, we look at people who have complementary skills. So skill is one, but there is a culture that we need to build as a leader. I think that culture comes from the founders or the vision or people they have looked forward. Most of the decisions we make in life comes from education, the experience, and the environment. The 3 E's that each person has, I think that shows up in their actions. So as a leader, you should sit down and write what kind of leader you want to be or you are. So assessing you as a leader, your leadership style, because for me, like between me and Stalin, I want things to happen right away, immediate. Stalin will take his own time, sit down, analyze, talk to people, and then I will be the friendly person talking things outside work. So we have different styles. Some are authoritative, some people are very, very intuitive, some people are very, very data oriented. So you do not know who you are. So I think doing a SWOT for yourself, figuring out what kind of a leader you are and who you follow. And there's no right and wrong here. If you are a dominative leader, you should have somebody else who's a people leader alongside you, right? So I think that mix is there, but leader is not somebody who just leads the way.
Yeah.
taking the team along is, I
Yeah,
think, the most
yeah,
important.
yeah,
Like how I
yeah.
started, it's not on the
Yeah,
pedestal, it's
yeah.
being along with them, representing them wherever possible. And the team should believe that you will talk for them. Whatever you do is keeping them also into this as a stakeholder. I think those are very important. And if a leader can articulate, like I mentioned, because as we grow and scale, I think the ideology will slowly drip down to everybody through the people, and it comes from the leader. So I think being an articulative person is very, very important. Some people are very great leaders, but they wouldn't be effective communicators. So having communication makes you a better leader.
I think that's a brilliant answer. Mohan sir, probably you can add to
Ah,
this question. I think.
No, whatever I say will dilute what Archana said. I'm ancient, right? So I think we
wisdom,
should,
sir, wisdom.
No,
OGs,
no,
OGs
no
of the
wisdom.
world.
No, I have my own definition of leadership, but that is very complicated. My definition, since you asked, is leadership is about finding people to do everything that you have to do, people who are better than you, and get it done by them, and identify that one thing that nobody else can do. To me, that is a perfect combo that you need to be a successful leader. And I leave it at that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's again a brilliant answer, sir. So moving to another question. How will you identify the
Are
market?
we doing okay on time?
Yeah, we are on
Okay,
time, sir.
okay,
We have 10 more minutes
Okay.
plus. So how will we identify the
Market.
market? After production, what happens if not sold?
There are products which will not have a market. Maybe you are too early, or the product is not, maybe it's priced high, or different reasons. But I think the market is how you define the users for your product, right? So what usually people think is everybody will need my product. Like in between one of my answers, I was talking about my target audience being mothers, being specific, right? I think you will learn early on, or you must have already learned something called the business model canvas and done this exercise, identifying your customers.
Yes.
So you should, whatever be a technical product or whatever, even a big B2B, bigger company, they have to know who will buy it, who will need it. First, who will need it, what kind of a persona they are, what age, what drives their decision, what will make them pay a little extra or pay, what will they pay, what is their perspective. Because even the product, how look like Apple, IKEA, everybody, they're like, this is my customer and my customer wants this to be like this. They won't do what they like. They will do what the customer they imagine will do and like it. Like if somebody wants a pink and this company thinks I like black and white, maybe it doesn't sell. The customer likes pink. Your target customer is babies and maybe they like pink. Then you play around pink only, not because you like black, you go with black.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I think so. It's all decisions are of the product is or the customer. You have to define who that customer is based on their age, their likes, preferences, dislikes. What is that? Like for example, farmer solutions. Most people come and then tell me, I want to charge 5,000 a farmer per month. 5,000 only, no, they will have. Do you really know whether they have that 5,000 to pay? They might have if that product is going to save them some time and make more money, and then in that they'll give that 5,000. It's not that farmers are poor. It's not about poor solutions for poor people, but saying what is the benefit this product will give and is it worth that 5,000? You get it? It need not be cheap. And then if some people will think pricing it cheap will get me more customers, I think that is also that. So the market is how you define it. Who your customer is, how many of the customers exist. Like I'm building this is the persona who will buy this. Are there enough persona like this to buy for another 5-10 years of your business? Or is it only very little? Only some people will buy. Then you will quickly reach that and you will also be bored. The market is not there. Or like UPS batteries, when it was launched, I don't think nobody was there. When the power shutdown happened, every house had 2-3. Mobile phones, when it got launched, a house had just one mobile phone for 4 people. Today, 4 people have 8 phones. I think cost is not the driving factor, but I think the market is definitely there. But in the market, it is limited by choices. Like you should be 1 to 3 to be there on top of their mind. So you're fighting for that 1 to 3. Figure out your target audience and find out the market. Be 1 to 3.
Before opening up the floor for the faculty or students to unmute and ask, there was a final question here which I received. This is to Mohan sir.
Oh, why me?
Because it's relevant to PALS. Even I can answer,
Okay.
sir, but I want you to know how easy it is to approach the PALS team when
And
support
so,
is
oh,
needed.
I thought it was very easy. If it is not easy, please tell us. So please get hold of Robin, who is there in the call, and Lavarna is here in the call. Get hold of them. They will respond within 24 hours. That's a mandate they have set for themselves. So help is, in fact, we want people to approach us for help because that is when, PALS becomes more meaningful. Like what Archana was saying, right? Then only we understand the voice of the customers. The KYC that she was talking about, right? Know your customers. So you have to ask us questions, and we will try our best to answer them.
Yeah, and people can write to palspgm@palspgm.com. You can mail us for any such requests. Probably we'll take a look into it. And any questions from the audience, you're allowed to unmute and ask question. We have 5 more minutes. I think
Archana,
I have a
Robin,
question.
Robin sir from PALS is raising.
Yeah.
Go
I have
ahead,
a
Robin sir.
question.
Yeah, Kishore, go ahead. I'll ask her.
Okay. You're going to deliver the vegetables to the homes, right, madam?
Yes.
Although vegetable shops are giving more lesser compared to online, you have to deliver it and you are selling it for an organic cost, and you have to incur the delivery cost. How will you manage that?
So this is factored in with the cost itself and is also understood by the customer. So the perceived value, they know that this is part of the pricing, and I don't have like an extra delivery charge levied on the total product. So people are aware and we are transparent about it. There's no hidden pricing here.
I think there is a lot of interest from the PALS team itself. This question from PALS PMO team. And again, Robin sir, probably you can go ahead.
What are the biggest challenges while expanding to a new region?
Biggest challenge, at least my business, there are enough challenges. That's why everybody I go and pitch, they will say scale.
So any specific challenges when you are expanding to the new regions?
Yeah. So I think the most number of questions have always been around Archana. Great idea, great passion, but it's very, very difficult to scale. So that has been the most comments we've got. But agriculture, I think, has been there for generations. It is like food. There's no crisis where people will not need food. So the demand and the market is always there. But how to get there? I think, like I mentioned, the last mile joint partnerships, solving through technology, finding out community-based growth, finding chapters in other places to take as a model, follow our SOPs. I think that is the way forward. But scalability, because we handle perishables, one, difficult. Why? Because for people who don't understand, I handle perishables and it's 24 hours. So all my vegetables and greens, whatever plucked, comes to me in the morning, I deliver on the same day. I don't use cold storage, and more the distance, more the challenges, right?
Yeah.
And more the time, you have to use more things to keep them fresh. So chemicals and all of that came in because people wanted everything for long. For apples that you eat are usually 9 to 10 months old.
Yes.
Most of the things that you eat today are very, very old, but we don't know that. We are not talking about it. So I'm giving fresh things because of this. So I'm creating a model which is difficult, right? So that's a perishability issue. There is food waste. My Harvest has minimized it because of the business model of pre-order. It's not like the shops. Shops usually waste 20-25%, but we don't even waste 10% of our produce. So that's 2. Number 3, nature is not in our hands. Very, very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Wonderful crop, 1 rainfall, gone. 3 is that. 4 is volatile market. I think logistically bringing from every farmer to one place, sorting, grading. So all the last mile logistics is costly. It is difficult. It's very broken. Okay. And on top of it, the 5th problem is customers' awareness levels, questions, proving that it's organic, traceability, and all. So challenges are plenty. And actually that is making us exciting as well. But I definitely believe in scale is possible because the demand is there. There are people with the number of increasing health issues, with a scare that we're all living today to lead a healthy, happy life. My Harvest should be in a good place to reach more people. So we are building something that is definitely in the need of the hour.
Expandable. Yeah.
And India has a very, very sick population.
Yes.
I should admit that I might be weaker than you, and the next generation is weaker than me. Technology is advancing, but in terms of health, the previous generation is actually more healthier than the next generation, which is sad. So India has a very young population and it's a very sick population.
Sick,
I
that's
want to change that. So
that's
I'm
what I
working
mean.
on reducing the sickness. So the demand is there. Maybe the business model is not here right now, and I admit, and I'm open for it with experts and seniors to
No,
learn and grow.
in fact, that is one thing that can put brakes on India's growth, actually.
True that.
The sick next generation that you
Yes.
create. Yeah.
One more question.
Ram, go ahead.
Shall I ask?
Yes.
This is in terms of soil fertility.
Okay.
So are you using any technology to ensure that soil fertility is good or bad?
So technology here, most of them have a lot of bio inputs that have come in place. Some of our farmers do use them, but not much. So the agri space, the technology has been with small instruments. It has been with testing labs and all, but I don't think a lot of technology here, because it has data. They will have done it for carbon credits. So technology today is just playing on the large scale farmers, small scale farmers. Not much of technology. Market access technologies are there. But we have seen people, like we have talked to a few people who are researching, but it's all on large scale farmers. It's not working with small farmers yet. We are open for anybody who has great ideas in the agriculture sector. So if you don't know which farmers to go and talk to, please talk to me or my team, and we will take you to the farmer, test your ideas, pilot it, and then we can, we are open to take up ideas, as long as it's chemical free.
Thank you.
So I see a hand raised from Mr. Ram Prabhu. Can you unmute Robin sir?
Yeah.
So that he can unmute and
Yeah,
ask his
Mr.
question.
Ram Prabhu, you can unmute and ask your question.
In the meantime, Archana ma'am, I would like to ask personally, since you're a successful women entrepreneur, how will you manage your business and family
Thanks.
together?
Business is family, family is business.
So I think today it's not just business. Working women and family also have the same questions, right?
Yeah.
So I never had an answer just from my experience. I listened to Soundarya from Avatar, who had this wonderful answer to this question. She said, it's no more work-life balance, it's
Yeah.
work-life integration,
Yeah.
right? And the integration is more difficult for women, sadly. It's for everybody, but I think for women, it's a lot more difficult for integrating work and life together, work life. So I think we have to set our boundaries, create support systems, and then find time for ourselves. So setting that boundaries definitely helps, because if my mom is going to expect me to have a very tidy house and also attend meetings properly, maybe I cannot be both. And if I am expected to attend every family wedding and birthday party and still also be good at my business, maybe I can't. So I should know what I can, what I cannot. And it's okay being a bad girl at sometimes and not take that guilt.
Yeah.
Being a mother and not taking that guilt, I think is a big, I think people are being vocal and conversations are at least happening now. So I think here, women supporting another women plays a big role. Most times I think the hurt starts from another woman, and I really hate that. I hate sometimes when people say,
But guilt.
so I think women supporting each other will make a huge round of difference there. So having boundaries and saying no for some of it, saying when to say yes. It's okay to go that extra mile sometimes. Like most women, when it comes to a travel, they really want to, but the first thing is, what will I tell my home? What will I ask? What will I think that it doesn't have to limit us, right? So growing up nowadays, girls are just grown up, like we can do everything. And here I really want to thank my dad for putting me in a girls' school, because early on, without even knowing, now I connect my dots. In my school, I had only 3 men. Everything else was done by women. So I believe that women can do everything. I grew up in that mindset, and somehow that feminism was brought in there. But for you, as a woman, that work-life integration is number one. You should remember. Set your boundaries. And 3, be vocal about things you want to do. Like, nothing should stop you. If you figure out a way of how to do it, just be vocal about it. You don't have to be a silent warrior. Nobody's going to build statues for you. Okay? So it might be a delayed decision is okay, but a regret is bad. So I don't want you to regret, but it's okay to take its time, fight for something. Like even my marriage was not a very easy one. People think you married your best friend. It was not so easy.
Yeah.
Today, the choices I made are not very easy.
Yeah.
Every choice had a different. I didn't talk to my family for 7 years. So there were different challenges. Then I had to be with my dad for 2 weeks in the hospital.
Yeah.
During COVID, we lost. So everybody paints a rosy picture on social media. And please don't just believe social media.
Yeah.
Your story is unique. So work-life integration for a women and having male allies. So all the men who are or boys or people that we see around, they should actually understand and be allies for us in this journey, because work-life integration again is complicated. Only one person putting the effort is just going to make us tired. So I think having conversations only, because the men are also not to be blamed. They don't know what we are undergoing through. That is why I said you should be the voice.
Yeah.
If you talk about it, they will learn. So I think we have to educate them through our relationships, through our work environments, and bring them to pace with us so that we can do work-life integration better.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the answer. We are running short of time, but I see many
I should
hands
take
raising
credit to
up.
Stalin.
Dr.
Wonderful
Srinivas
advice for me in my life.
There we go.
No, I didn't. I used to. My friends say recent interviews are giving too much credit to him. I think over age, I realized a lot of women are struggling very, very badly.
Yeah.
Making a life choice as a partner hits very lately. I think having a good ally in Stalin helps me.
Archana, that was very wonderful
lucky.
learning about your
We
journey.
made ourselves lucky. We worked to make ourselves lucky.
Yeah.
A big
Archana, that
applause to
was
Stalin,
very
sir. And Ram Prabhu, sir, do you want to go ahead?
yeah. Archana, that was very great hearing about your journey. Through this fireside chat, and I think we need many people like you to step into the organic farming, because that's the core place. So you stand out as a role model. You should be standing out as a role model. I personally feel. And
You made my day, Ram Prabhu sir.
I'm Dr. Srinivas, by the way.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
what is the good, piece of advice that you give for the young girls, out there, who want to get into this core area, that's agriculture, especially organic
So you
farming.
want specifically agriculture, or it was just for the young girls?
Young girls who want to convert, they have so many ideas in their mind, but what should they, how should they think to get into this, core, thing that is agriculture side?
Okay, so I'll break the question into two and answer for the young girls specifically, because I think I answered most of it in the previous question. What really I missed out was actually today there is a dearth of role models, because he used that word. I'm taking it and using it now. Today, even when some program happens, they really want a women representation on stage, and then they'll call. We want to bring in that balance. We don't have enough people in different sectors representing, but there are people. But I think branding yourself also matters, and you wanting to be that role model. I think first, as girls, dream, show yourself, be your own marketer. Talk for yourself, and today with social media, LinkedIn profiles, with having a blog for yourself, you can do enough of bragging for yourself. Bragging about good things is not bad for all genders. And for girls, you don't have to do it. Don't worry what people will think. The world is just here to validate your idea.
Yeah.
Okay, just take them as allies. Bragging is okay. Don't take all of their things as just saying yes or no. Take their perspectives, but don't make that a validation of whether it's good or bad. You decide. So build a brand, whoever you are doing. And second, to get into agriculture, like I mentioned, I think everybody has to be back to roots. So see what is it you really want to do. To begin with, I say you should go at least on weekends to farms and figure out what you like. If you go and you may like the planting part. Not everybody has to quit their jobs and become a farmer. It's definitely not possible, and I wouldn't even say that. Right? You go and you watch the entire day, and you come back and say, why is this farmer doing this basic thing for so many hours? It's repetitive. Can I automate it? That is good enough change that you can bring in that farmer's life and in many farmers' lives. Right? You go and you think something is very simple thing which you can make a difference in their lives, and that becomes an idea. But first, stepping and going to that farm repeatedly only will give you that idea. So as girls, again, that travel should not be an excuse. I mean, because I have more women, girls in my team, I tell you, I think it's always the curiosity to learn is very high in girls. Over time, we start listening to people and start validating and put off and stop asking questions. So just keep asking questions. Go with, don't let your curiosity dim down a bit. And I think agriculture for women, naturally, we have empathy.
Yeah.
Our empathy levels are very, very high. So you can quickly spot an idea and work on it. All the best.
Are we out of time, Lavana?
Yeah, we have only
Too much
one more
girl
minute.
power.
We are out of time.
No, it's good. Yeah.
Because they are from a women-based college from Narsapur. So, Sintala Joseph from Narayana, can you quickly ask your question?
Yeah. Quick questions and Archana short answers from
Yes.
now,
Yeah.
because we
That's
are
the
running out of
difficult
time.
part.
Yeah.
Ram Prabhu sir or Ram Prabhu or Sintala, one of you, please go ahead. I don't know whether you're faculty or student,
Yes.
Mr. Ram Prabhu.
And if there are still a lot more questions, we can answer it offline.
Yeah,
I am
email
also
or-
available on social media,
Yeah.
easy to reach. Figure it
Yeah.
out.
Insta. Get
Insta
get
is
in
there,
touch with her
LinkedIn is
through
there.
Insta, yeah, LinkedIn. Yeah.
WhatsApp number
Because
is
this is a
also
very
there on Google and
yeah,
ChatGPT.
these are very thought-provoking topics and very interesting at that.
Just
So
come out of your comfort zone and reach out to people. Ask the questions anywhere you will get it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. If they could not unmute, probably I'll give the floor to Srinivasan Kidambi sir, PALS champion, for the closing summit. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Lavana, and thanks Mohan and Archana for the very, very good fireside chat. It was wonderful, starting off from the farmer experience of Mr. Ramesh, the neighbor farmer, right, who could not accept you, and then going on to a personal journey. One interesting line I found there was the various events in your life, these are the dots, and then finally looking back, you see the line, and you can connect them through that. Normally, it's the other way. People speak about I decided this was enough, and then I made that change, and they would make it look like everything was a planned change on their side. But normally, careers don't happen like that. And today, I really thank Archana for being extremely honest, on this particular point, and recalling it as the dots were there and the lines were the hindsight. But really, as an individual, I think going on to the customer, the loyalty factors, and then also about the product diversification, starting from vegetables all the way, etc., and the team part, And in fact, the crowning glory of the whole conversation I found was the question answer session. I think it was the rapid fire portion which set lit the wick, so to say. After that, it was really fireworks, especially normally the PALS group. So many questions, and so many of them coming from faculty and from the teachers, and every one of them was very relevant. And in fact, more than the questions, I think the answers were brilliant. It looked like a very seasoned professional talking about from the organizational side, from the human side, so from the the growth side. I think it was fantastic. It's great listening to a person. Personally learned everything on the field, on the ground, going through it yourself. Knows no better testimony or better example for anybody else to follow. I think the word role model is possibly an understatement here. I think people would love to listen to you. And I think, Mohan, I really appreciate the entire conversation, starting from, the beginning and then slowly warming up and getting the fireworks started with the rapid fire question. I think it was brilliant. And thanks to the Govi organization for setting up the studio for us, and all the staff members who are there who had helped us to get this done, and all the PALS PMO people who made this happen. I really appreciate Archana. I was with you in the past and really would like to have more reasons to interact with you in the future as well. Really loved it. Thanks to all the faculty and all the people from the colleges who joined here and really made this a very, very, very lively conversation. Thank you very much, and I'll conclude with this. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. KK, and thank you, Mr. Mohan, Ms. Archana, for the wonderful session. The participants, thank you. The participants, so I have posted the feedback in the chat box, so please submit the feedback. That's it. Thank you once again. Thank you, Lavana. Thank you, Kishore. Thank you, RKR, and everyone from the PALS team. Thank you, students and faculty as well. So I'll stop the recording now, and I'll stop.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Robin, many participants have left, so you can post the feedback in some URL also for them to get it.
Yes, sir. I will do. While sending the recording, we will send the feedback.
Okay.
Yeah.